not only the discipline, but the leadership skills
Leadership
that I
also,
was
right?
taught as a non-commissioned officer have been critical.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to introduce yourself to Charles. He joined us from United States, and we're going to have an amazing conversation today about how, if you're an entrepreneur, right, how important is the payroll, the be tax effective, and more. So, Charles, can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Charles Reid. I'm the president and CEO of GetPayroll, and we've been in business for a third of a century.
Wow. I love the name. Direct to the point, yeah?
GetPayroll, get payroll.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more, Chad. How you end up opening this company? Do you have a dream to become an entrepreneur? It came from your family? What happened?
Okay, I grew up in a family business,
Oh, wow.
so I was used to that concept. After high school, I wasn't ready for anything. I joined the United States Marine Corps, spent 4 years in service.
Wow.
2 years overseas, including a combat tour in Vietnam.
Wow.
Came back, was stationed in Kansas City, met and married my wife, who was 10 years older than I was and had 5 children when I married her. I claim insanity, but we were married for 45 years before she passed, so it worked
Wow.
for us. Found after military that business really didn't value my military experience then, as it doesn't now. And so went to college, got my BBA, my MBA, sat for and passed my CPA exam while I was still in graduate school. Went to work for Texas Instruments. Spent 15 years in the corporate world, small companies, big companies, startups, turnarounds. Wonderful experience. Realized in my early 40s I was never going to run a business. I did not have the political skills to run somebody else's business. So if I'm unwilling to stab people in the back and toss them off the ladder. I'm a nice guy. So if I was going to run a business, I'm going to have to start my own. So Ruth and I started this in 1991.
Wow.
And have continued to grow it. I hung out my shingle as a CPA, had a payroll sideline. About a dozen years ago, I sold off the accounting practice to my partner that I'd taken on, kept the payroll company, and we continue to grow it to this day. We're growing every week.
Wow, that's fantastic. But then, Charles, do you think that the discipline that you learned in the military is helping you in your current business to actually be more effective? Because I think business requires discipline, right?
Not only the discipline, but the leadership skills
Leadership
that I
also,
was
right?
taught as a non-commissioned officer have been critical. Now, it did also instill a hierarchical sense in the military. Everybody is either superior or subordinate, and that doesn't work
in
in
the company
business.
also, right? There is hierarchy in the company, so, yeah.
No. You can't do that.
You cannot do that
doesn't work
anymore,
well.
yeah.
No. So I had to unlearn that, and Ruth was of great help with that. But mission, min, self, those kinds of things that you learn are very important in work and translate very well to business.
Yeah, I think discipline sometimes is important, at least for the entrepreneur, for the CEO, because we are responsible for everyone. So we have to. I remember when I started my first business that I used to go a lot to have party and dance and drink and this and have a lot of fun. And the more the business grows, the less party and the less I drink, because you feel responsible for everyone, right? So.
Yep.
And do you mind to share with us what was the family business of your family?
My father was an insurance consultant.
Mm-hmm.
We were there in Iowa, and he consulted with businesses and governmental entities in Iowa and Illinois about their insurance needs.
So do you think that because you grew in a family business, the concepts about profit, loss, tax that have an impact now, years down the line, for you to decide to open your own business?
No, that was not something my father shared. I worked in the business doing clerical work and other things. We all did as we grew up. But once I was a teenager, I expanded off to other things. But profit and loss, financial aspects, and so on, I all learned in college, and then of course in the corporate world for 15 years before I became an entrepreneur.
Wow. So then, Charles, the most important thing is, because when entrepreneurs, they become entrepreneurs, they become by accident, right? So some of them, they just have a product, they make a profit, and there you go, they are in business, and they know very little about payroll, about a lot of things, especially when it comes to efficiency and to keep the accounts right. So in your experience, how you can help the entrepreneurs to like you said, to make the business more efficient, so they can produce more?
Well, and you're right. Most entrepreneurs get into being entrepreneurs by accident. They think they can do it better, faster, cheaper. They get pissed at their boss, whatever. And the biggest problem with entrepreneurs is they don't know what they don't know. Had a conversation with my marketing guy today. He was talking to a small restaurant in Tennessee, 6 employees. And he said, "How are you paying them now?" And she said, "Well, I just write them a check out of my personal account." No, you can't do that. That's a disaster. You're not filing your taxes. You're not filing your forms. You're not doing all the things that the law requires you to do with payroll and payroll tax withholding.
And you need to keep track on it. This happy to keep tracks also for your financials and for everything, right?
Absolutely. On top of that, so she's a disaster waiting to happen. And so if you don't know all these things you're supposed to do, it's tough to do them because you don't know them. Exactly. So you hire people to take on tasks, you outsource things that aren't crucial to your business, you outsource. Okay. Do what only you can do. Outsource, I don't mow my own lawn. I don't sew my own clothes. I don't build my own car. I don't roof my own house. I outsource these things to professionals that can do it quicker, cheaper, faster, and better, and know what they're supposed to do. That's what you should do with payroll. You can outsource payroll for a pittance, and you don't have to worry about keeping up with all the laws, all the government, all the problems that go with it. Our unique selling proposition is compliance. I'm a CPA, I'm a US tax court practitioner. I can handle my clients' problems because the IRS makes millions of mistakes every year. Every government entity does.
Yeah,
and so
because led by humans anyway, right?
Exactly. And if you trust the government to tell you that there's a problem, you have a problem. Don't trust the government to tell you anything. And so having someone that's a professional at this, has the equipment, the software, the training, the experience, the background, and the expertise is critical to keeping you out of trouble, because you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly, and the business can close, yeah, immediately overnight if a problem like this comes, right? And
absolutely, and it only takes one worker who's not happy to go down and complain about something, and everything blows up.
Big problem, big one. And then the other thing is relating with the tax as well, right? Because of course we because people don't know, right? Sometimes we have to pay tax, but we need to be efficient paying those tax, because tax that there are ways that you can do that you can pay less tax, right? And
yes,
for that, a lot of people, I remember my first accountant that I have, he did a massive mistake, and a huge number came, right? And that's why I had to learn a little bit more about this. But at the end of the day, we take help somewhere else, and we find out that these numbers could be more efficient, and still you can pay your tax, or you pay whatever you have to pay, but way less in just by organizing the things different. Make sense?
Oh, absolutely. There's lots of loopholes, if you want to call them that, but there's ways to pay less tax Legally. You're not required to pay any more tax than the government requires of you. And if there are options, you should, all other things being
Take
equal,
them.
pick the one that has the least tax.
Because otherwise you pay more. And that's the end of it.
If the government wants more, they'll pass a law and collect more, okay?
If you give more to the government, they're gonna take it for sure.
And not give it back.
Yeah, they're gonna take it. So it's a lot of knowledge, and from what type of company do you have, and how you operate, and how you organize things. I think that at the end of the day, and this is honestly one of the most difficult part for the entrepreneurs to understand, that they don't know that they have to comply with all this. Some of them, like you said, they are in business by accident. They're selling the food, they're making a profit, they're paying with a check to the employees, and they don't know that there is a different dynamic when you're running a business, that there are laws that have to be complied, there are taxes that need to be paid, and sometimes the people just don't know. It's not that they don't want to do it, it's just that they don't know. So how can we raise more awareness?
One reason I wrote my book.
Oh, show me your
Payroll
book.
Book.
Let me see the full book cover, a little bit to the now I think. Oh, very good. I like the cover. Brilliant.
Payroll Book. The title was not taken, so I grabbed it.
It's very good.
It's the Payroll Book, a guide for small businesses and startups. If you have U.S. payroll, that's a place to start. It gives you a lot of the intricacies of payroll. It's a really good starting point. There was nothing in the marketplace that really explained and answered questions for small businesses. So I sat down, I said, I'll write something. And 2 years later, it got published.
Tell me about it. When you write the book, my one also took me more than that. Yeah, it's a huge task, but I think that can help a lot of people, because the people, they can go to Amazon and they can buy it cost effective, and some of them they can even get an ebook or something which is even cheaper, but they do have the right information, the right knowledge for the professional, and then we know how to operate better, correct?
Absolutely. And if there's questions that the book doesn't answer, my phone number is in the book.
That's brilliant as well. And then, Charles, as in your experience as an entrepreneur, what are the 5 steps that help you to achieve your first millions in sales?
The first thing is to choose the right business. You've got to be in the right business that you want to do, you're happy with, you love, and you need to love it, okay? You need to hire the right people, because you can't do it all yourself. And for me, I had to have the right marketing, because I thought I could market. I thought I could market, and I realized I couldn't once I got somebody. And the last 2 are patience. It takes time. You're not going to be that unicorn. You're not going to make your first million next week or next year. It may take 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 15 years.
Tell me about it.
It may take a long time. Bill Gates said it very well. People overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. So patience. And the final one, tenacity. You got to stick to it, guys. You've got to do it every day, every day, every day, every day.
And keep it tight.
And you'll be amazed at what happens.
Yeah.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.